Welcome to the PCOS Fertility Health Podcast. You are going to learn all about the power of eliminating toxins in order to help improve your fertility. Hi, I am your host, Dr. Angela Potter. I am the creator of the PCOS Fertility Protocol. I am also a speaker. I have shared the stage with leaders from companies like Google, Microsoft, Headspace, and I'm really excited to be here with you because I am walking you through the steps of the PCOS fertility protocol, and I want to share with you the power of each step because I have been in practice for over 10 years, and I've been in women's health, working with women who have PCOS. And over this time, I have really honed in on these steps that need to happen in order for fertility to open up. You need somebody's eyes on these specific aspects of your health to understand, one, is it an issue for you? Is it keeping you from getting pregnant? And two, if it is, then what is the plan forward in order to address these things? Okay, so today we are covering step 6 of the PCOS fertility protocol, which is eliminating toxins. So by the end of this episode today, you are going to understand more what that means, how to identify in your own body what level of eliminating toxins that you need addressed, and how to move forward. And at the end, I'm also going to share with you the most important next step that you can take if you are ready to get a plan that includes addressing this important part of your fertility. Because if nobody is helping you, if your fertility doctor is not talking with you about what toxins you're exposed to, how your body is able to move toxins through the body, then that is a big missing link for your fertility. And I care about you. You have shown up in this community, and I don't take that lightly. I want you to see results. I want you to have the family of your dreams. And so I can't let this information just get kicked under the bus. No, I'm showing up here for you. And I want to acknowledge you for showing up here because you are in control of your time, and you could be choosing to listen to any other podcast right now. You could be choosing to be scrolling through social media, but you're not. You have decided to flood your mind with fertility hope and answers. And you are holding on to that hope for your own story. And so you are choosing to show up here to get that fertility information that you need in order to move forward and have the best chance at getting pregnant. And I think that is so cool. And you're here because you need answers, because you have done a lot. In fact, you might be feeling, I've done it all. Because you were on birth control. You got off of birth control and your periods were all over the place. They were every 3 months, then 2 months, then 6 months, then 2 months. So you went to go see your OB. She does some testing for you, says, oh, your egg reserve is fine. Your husband's sperm analysis is fine. She refers you forward to a fertility specialist. You go see that fertility specialist and they put you on rounds of letrozole. You try some timed intercourse cycles and an IUI, and those don't work. And you think, okay, I'll go reach out to a naturopath. So you find a naturopath. They run some testing for you, put you on a few supplements, but nothing works. Now here you are, you haven't had a period since last September, and you are holding on to that last bit of hope to know what else can there be? Because I feel like I've tried everything. And let me tell you, you haven't yet. Because your OB, she is running some surface level tests. Yes, your egg reserve and your husband's sperm analysis is super important. But she didn't do that deep dive into understanding what all of your hormones are doing right now. Your fertility specialist is just moving you forward on that conveyor belt of fertility treatments, just putting you on round after round of letrozole to see if something will change. But without first focusing on thyroid hormones, making sure blood sugar is balanced, improving egg quality, we already know what the outcome of those next few rounds of letrozole are going to be. And that naturopath was a generalist. And so just ran some general tests, started you on a few simple supplements that weren't going to take you to that next level of seeing the results with your cycles that you're looking for. Okay, so yes, you've put some real effort and time into this, but there have been missing links. And I say this to you as, yes, I am helping you hold on to that hope. There are missing links that still need to get addressed in order for you to have the best chance at getting pregnant. You're not there yet, but there is a path forward, which is why I am so excited that you're here, why you're going to get a lot out of today's episode. So we are talking about step 6 of the PCOS fertility protocol, which is eliminating toxins. You have got to get toxins flushed through your body, get them out of there. We live in a world that we are just inundated with toxins from a variety of places all the time, from air, water, food, creams, makeup. The list goes on. And research shows us that these toxins are acting in ways inside our bodies that are creating a hormonal imbalance that is leading women further away from getting pregnant. And the toxins inside are acting in our bodies in such a way that are keeping fertility levels low. Two of the biggest researched toxins are BPA and phthalates. And these two, research has shown very strongly that exposure to these can reduce fertility rates, lower egg quality, reduce egg retrieval rates in IVF, lower sperm quality. And so you have got to have your doctor's eyes on this for your story. What does it look like for you? Because there's different levels of eliminating toxins from the body, depending on your history, depending on what's going on in your body right now, and your timeline moving forward for getting pregnant. One of the biggest questions on your mind should be, how can I get toxins out of my body? And how can I figure out if they are contributing to my fertility struggles? Because it's a big missing link if this has not been addressed in what you've been doing so far in order to improve your chances of getting pregnant. How do you know if toxins are contributing to your fertility struggles, right? You're going to want to know that. Number one, you can get some testing done. You can get some very simple testing. I oftentimes am using labs that will send lab kits straight to your house because that's what's easiest for people. You get this lab kit, you complete the sample, usually it's either a urine or salivary or stool, and send it back to the lab, and then they send me the results, and you and I have a session talking about your lab results. And we can look at certain heavy metals in the body, actual levels of these toxins, and we can look at different enzyme systems and nutrients that help get toxins out of the body. Are they working as they're supposed to be? And do you have adequate levels of these nutrients to help that your body's natural detox systems to be working as they're supposed to be? So you can absolutely get that testing done. And that's really important. And it's really great information to have that to say, oh, wow, look at these levels. And then do a detox, get those toxins out of the body, and then retest to see how dramatically those levels have shifted. You can also know based on things that have happened in your medical history or symptoms that your body is going through right now. So when women are talking with me, and I'm talking to countless women about PCOS and fertility, and there's two big things that jump out at me when women are talking with me. One is having been on hormonal birth control or the pill, particularly if you've been on birth control, you get off of that, and all of a sudden then periods are all over the place, acne starts coming up, facial hair starts coming up, all of those symptoms post hormonal birth control, post the pill. The other story that I hear most often that I'm like, okay, we've got to move forward pretty strongly with eliminating toxins is somebody who doesn't have cycles very often at all. People who have one cycle for a whole year or cycles are every 95 days. And then I know that the liver is having some trouble metabolizing and synthesizing hormones, and we've got to help it work efficiently in order to help improve the cycle regularity and ovulation in order to help that person get pregnant. So maybe when you're working with me, we're doing testing, which if you're working through my PCOS Fertility Transformation Program, that type of testing, that test specifically, as well as some others, is included in that program. So if we're doing testing or if we're talking and it's like, okay, we've just got to move forward to do something about getting toxins out of the body, it is based on an individual experience. Okay. So your lab results are going to come back different from your friends, and your story is going to be different from her story. And so we have got to figure out what is the right path forward for your fertility. And particularly with detox, there's a variety of ways to move forward and a few considerations for whether or not you're going to do it now or wait, or it's going to be a part of your fertility journey at all. So the detox that's going to be the most impactful, that's going to move toxins through the body in the most efficient and quickest way, is doing what I call, I just refer to it as a medical grade detox, because it is just the big one. Okay. And it is the most direct and really impactful way to get toxins out of the body. And what that looks like is, I run 1 month long detoxes. And first off, you're eating in an anti-inflammatory way for this 1 month long. Now, here's the thing that I'm going to add in. I'm not sure if you knew this, but before becoming a doctor, I was a nutritionist. So I've been in the nutrition world for a long time. And my foundation of food and nutrition is such that we need to celebrate food and nourish our bodies in a variety of ways. And making certain foods be bad is not the way to do that. And you will not hear me say very often that you have to take certain foods out of the diet. But when we're doing this detox, it's really important to follow an anti-inflammatory diet, which takes out the common top allergen sensitive foods. And because this is the gold standard to understand if there are any foods that are causing inflammation in your body and that your body is sensitive to. Okay, I don't run any food sensitivity tests. I think they're a waste of time and money because there's too many false positives, too many false negatives, and then it's really stressful to see those results. No, the way that you will know if you're sensitive to a food is if you do an elimination anti-inflammatory diet like this. And then moving forward, if you do need to not be eating a certain food for a while, it has less to do with that actual food and more to do with your body's absorption of that food. So you've got to focus more on gut health than it is, you can't eat wheat for the rest of your life. We are going to dive more into that when we talk about gut health, okay? So, but for the purposes of this detox, that's, what you're going to be focused on. But what makes it then the most effective way to get toxins out of the body is that you're then going to be flooding your body with nutrients and enzymes and vitamins and minerals that help to take the toxins out of your cells, bind them up into this nice little package, and take them out of the body. And some are supporting the liver to be working as efficiently as it can so that it can get toxins out of the body. but you have got to get the right level of nutrients to support phase 1 and phase 2 of your body's detox system. And this is why it's a big red flag for you to be going to the grocery store and finding a detox powder off of the grocery store shelves, or working with somebody who is not knowledgeable in detox, who is not a healthcare professional. Because if you do a detox where you get those toxins out of the cells, but you don't support phase 2, which gets the toxins out of the body, then you just have a whole host of new problems. You are going to have even more hormonal issues. And on top of that, you're going to have low energy, be really irritable, have some anxiety pop up. That is no good. Okay. So you need to be working with somebody who understands the detox system in the body and understands how to help you with that process so that you're doing it in the safest and most effective way. Okay. So this is one way to get toxins out of the body, is to do one of these medical grade detoxes. The benefits are going to be that it is a big mover of toxins. And for the countless women that I work with, the ones who see the best results are the ones who are able to put in the time to do this detox. The downside is number one, time. Okay. Because, well, I put this loosely in the downside category, and here's why. Because when you choose to do this level of detox, you need to put your baby making plans on hold for 6 months. Okay, it's really important because moving these toxins through the body affects your egg quality, and you don't want to be making a baby for at the very least 6 months. So you have to have in your mindset that you're okay with focusing on optimizing your fertility health, getting those hormones into the rhythm that they need to be, optimizing your egg quality for the next 6 months in order to see results in 6 months. The reason I said, I put this loosely in the downside category is because, again, people who get the best results are ones who are willing to say, yes, I can put those 6 months to the good use of optimizing my fertility. I know that I need to be balancing out what's going on inside my body to get me to a place where my fertility is the best. I know that takes time. I know that one pill is not going to change everything, and it's not going to change overnight. 6 months is a realistic time frame to think about investing in your health in order to see the best fertility results. And I know when you've been trying all these things and you wanted to get pregnant the last cycle, it's hard to say that to yourself. But if all your fertility doctor can give you is yet another round of letrozole and another, and if those don't work, just move you forward to IVF, those medications are not doing anything to actually optimize your fertility health. They aren't supporting your blood sugar levels to come down. They aren't helping toxins to get out of the body, these BPAs and phthalates that are interrupting your endocrine hormones. No, they're not. And so 6 months are going to pass just by doing a few rounds of letrozole and then considering IVF. So take those 6 months to be focused on your fertility health, to get these hormones into regular rhythm, get your nutrients optimized, and see what opens up for you then. Okay, so then when we're talking about eliminating toxins, another important step to do is to just lower your exposure to certain toxins, particularly BPA and the phthalates. And when women are working with me in the PCOS Fertility Transformation Program, I actually have them walk through their houses. I have got forms for them to fill out, how to identify these things, to see where in their house are they being exposed to certain toxins. And I will tell you that the bathroom and the kitchen are the two strongest places for these toxins to be hanging out. Now, thankfully, research does show us that the lower rates of exposure, even if you have been exposed, means that that will flush toxins out of the body and will keep your levels lower. Okay, so if you are somebody who loves scented candles and has them everywhere in the house, it doesn't mean that that exposure to the phthalates in those scented candles are going to mean that you're never going to get pregnant ever. It just means that you've got to take action to get those out of the house. And I think your husband's going to thank you for that. Okay, so the benefits of actually just looking around to understand what toxins you're exposed to and getting them out of your environment is going to help your fertility rates. And when you are lowering your exposure to toxins around you that you know are there, that then supports your body when you get to the office and you can't do anything about the scented candles at the office, or you happen to be outside walking on a trip in a really crowded area with tons of pollution. Okay, because your body is like a bucket, and with toxins, it can fill up. And then when it gets to that overflow spot, that's when you start seeing the symptoms and the fertility issues. So if we can just lower your exposure to those toxins to lower the bucket in your body, then that supports moving forward for your fertility journey and not having too many toxins that are going to impact your hormones, impact your egg quality. Now, the downside of lowering your exposure to toxins, there really isn't any. And honestly, when I was writing my notes for this episode, I was going to just insert here, well, a downside would be the time that it takes to replace your products or the money it takes to replace your products. If, you're using lotions or makeup or some kitchen items that do have these toxins in them. But I can't say that to you because yes, it'll take time and money, but it's going to lower your risk of having exposure to endocrine disruptors and reproductive toxins that could very well be getting you from being pregnant. And I am not here to play small, and neither are you. You are here choosing to be in this community, listening to this episode today because you want answers. And I am here to give you those answers. And today, that means that you're going to have to spend a little time and money figuring out how to replace some products in your home so that you can have a cleaner environment so that your eggs inside your body can be a lot happier and a lot more ready to make you a baby. I care about you and I want you to see results. And so I'm going to tell you what science and research and my experience being a doctor have found that this is what helps improve fertility rates. Then the third thing that you can do to help eliminate toxins is to support your body's natural detox system. Because as you might guess, our bodies do naturally have a way to get toxins out of the body. It's a survival mechanism so that if we're exposed to, different foods or something in the body, we do have an innate system that can get mild toxins through the body and keep our species going. And for many of us, those natural detox pathways just get sluggish or they don't get focused on. We have 5 main detox pathways in the body. They are called the 5 emunctories. They are your lungs, your sweat, your urine, your pee, your stools, your poop, and your liver. And those are the 5 ways that every day your body is working. And if those systems are working efficiently, then you can move toxins through your body. But for a lot of us, those get stagnant and aren't being used as proficiently on a daily basis. Okay. How often do you sweat? Are you somebody who sweats every day? Or maybe when you get into a sauna, you can't sweat at all. That's one emunctory that is not able to efficiently move toxins out of the body. So you need somebody to be able to address, okay, is your body working in a way that's just naturally getting these toxins through the body? or what emunctories, what natural detox pathways haven't been in use, and we need to get those more active moving forward to help when you are exposed to those toxins, to just help them move through the body as they're supposed to and get through. So are you working with a doctor right now who is helping you figure out the answers to these questions? Do you have a doctor who is guiding you forward on this, who is able to help you figure out, do you need a medical grade detox? What kind of toxins are you being exposed to that could be causing hormone disruption and negative effects on your eggs? And then how can you move forward with a fertility plan that's going to help you address that? Do you have somebody who's doing that for you? Because if you don't, you have this big missing link in your fertility plan. And if you haven't had somebody show up for you and ask you these questions, then I want you to head on over and sign up for a free PCOS fertility breakthrough session with me. And you and I are going to jump on the phone. It's just going to be you and me. And we are going to talk about your specific situation. And we're going to talk about this. What toxins have you been exposed to? How is this implicating your ability to go and make a baby? And we will talk about the options available for you in order to move forward in a way that helps you start seeing results and can get this puzzle piece put in place for your fertility journey. Okay, you are going to head to drangelapotter.com/PCOS. My calendar is right there. You are going to find a spot that works best in your calendar, and you're going to sign up for that. And I cannot wait to meet you over there, okay? So that we can talk more about your specific situation. And also a reminder that that is the one and only way to get individual medical information from me that will help your fertility, okay? Because this podcast is meant for informational purposes only. It shouldn't replace the medical advice that you are currently getting from your fertility doctor. And if you want one-on-one support from me, then the first step that you take is to sign up for your PCOS fertility breakthrough session. And as you go forth this week, if nobody has told you today, I want to be the one to tell you that I believe in you. And I believe in your ability to have the best chance that you can at getting pregnant with PCOS. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you right back here next Wednesday.